Good morning, mathematicians. Today we're taking a look at lesson 5.4, estimating products. So we're back to our multiplying. The goal of this lesson is to provide practice in estimating whether a product is in the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, or more. So here's your learning journey. We're going to start out with some mental math today. Then we're going to be taking a look at what do Americans eat to work on these products, estimating some averages, some multiplication, wrestling, and of course your math boxes. Alright, so up on the board are your first three problems. Go ahead and find the product on your board. So 5 times 40 is 200. 2 times 60 is 120. And 40 times 20, well 4 times 2 is 8 with 2 zeros, so that's 800. Please erase your boards. Get ready for the next three problems. Alright, 40 times 60 is 2,400. 70 times 30 is 2,100. 50 times 90 is 4,500. Clear your boards, and we have one more set of problems this morning. Our basic fact here is 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. Then in the factors we have 1, 2, 3 zeros. We add our 3 zeros to our product, count back 1, 2, 3, and put in our comma. So our answer is 42,000. On the next one, our answer is 56,000. And then we have 36,000. Please erase your board, set those aside so we're ready for our math lesson. Today we're going to be working with some rounding. So when we round, we know that we can round to any of the basic place values. So here we're going to have our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. Let's add in a number here. So let's say we had the number 394. Here's a little saying that can help us remember how we do our rounding. Let's pretend we want to round to the nearest 10. So the saying goes, find your place, look next door, 5 or greater, add one more. All digits in front stay the same, all digits behind, zeros your name. So when we look at it, first says find your place, so we found our place. We're rounding to the tens. Look next door. So we look next door to the right. If it's 5 or greater, we add one more. So when we look next door, it is not 5 or greater, so we don't need to change this place. All digits in front stay the same. All digits behind, zeros your name. So 394 rounded to the nearest tens is going to be 390. Let's try that with another number. So let's see. Alright, we'll write the number up at the top. So we're going to have the number 476. Round that number to the nearest 10. Go ahead and do that on your board. We can also do this rounding to the nearest 100. When we have our multiplication of larger numbers, we want to round so that we only have one basic fact to solve. So one digit times one digit, and then we're adding on the zeros. So for example, if we took that same number, 476, and we rounded to the nearest 100, what would our answer be? Okay, before we try this in our book, take a look at what's on the board. We have 3 questions, and you're going to jot this down on your whiteboard. So the first one is, how many eggs did you eat in the last 7 days? You're going to just estimate, overall, how many eggs do you think you ate? How many cups of milk did you drink in the last 7 days? And how many cups of yogurt did you eat in the last 7 days? Go ahead and do that now. We're going to be using the questions to those answers to work on page 114 in your math journal. So at the top of this page, it gives the average of how much an average American eats. Can we have a volunteer to go ahead and read this page, and let's look through how much food an average American eats. Now let's use the answers on your board to complete these statements. I will eat about blank eggs in 1 year. We're going to take the number of eggs you had, So I'm going to say I had 3 eggs in a week. And in a year then, there are 52 weeks, so we're multiplying by 52. We can't do that in our head in a snap, so let's round the numbers. We'll keep 3 the same. And remember, we want to round our second number so that there's only one whole number and the rest are zeros. One counting number and the rest are zeros. So if we keep the 5 and we run around to the nearest 10, we find our place, we look next door. If it's 5 or greater, we add 1 more. It's not 5 or greater, so we keep it as 0. So now we can multiply 3 times 100. 3 times 50 is 150. So we'd say I ate 150 eggs in 1 year. So today you're going to complete some more multiplication work. Remember to round both the numbers until you only have one digit between 1 and 9, and the rest of the numbers being 0. So you can do some basic extended fact work.